Miss Renee. Welcome back to the fourth Sunday in Advent. I'm here with my Advent wreath again, and we're going to light 4 candles on the Advent wreath. The first, remember, was the candle of hope when we thought of the prophets. The second was the candle of love when we remembered Joseph. And the third is the candle of joy when we remembered Mary. And today we're going to learn about the shepherds who share peace and light our 4th Advent candle. May we all find the peace of Advent as we light this 4th candle of Advent. May we each remember to share peace, and that when we dream of peace, we can't keep silent. So now I'm sitting in front of my fire because it's a really cold night, kind of like how it might have been the night that Jesus was born. And the shepherds, or maybe even built a fire when they were watching their sheep. Well, the story today comes from Luke chapter 2, and I'm going to read it from my First Message Bible, and this is the story. And as I read this story, I want you to imagine yourself part of it. Put yourself in the story. About that time, everyone had to travel to his hometown to be counted. So Joseph went from Nazareth to Bethlehem, David's town, for the census. Do you know what a census is? A census is when the government counts all the people of the country. And he went with Mary, his fiancée, who was pregnant. While they were there, she gave birth to Jesus, her son, her firstborn son. She wrapped him in a blanket and laid him in a manger. Do you know what a manger is? Is it a baby bed? No, it's a feeding trough. And she laid him in the manger because there was no room in the inn. There were sheep herders camping in the neighborhood. Suddenly, God's angel stood before them, and they were terrified. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. I'm here to announce a great and joyful event that is meant for everybody. A Savior has been born in David's town, a Savior who is a Messiah and Master. This is what you're to look for: a baby wrapped in a blanket and lying in a manger." At once the angel was joined by a huge angel choir singing God's praise. As the angel choir withdrew into heaven, the sheep herders talked it over. "Let's go over to Bethlehem as fast as we can and see for ourselves what God has revealed to us." They left, running, and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. Seeing was believing. They told everyone they met what the angels had said about the child. And Mary kept all these things to herself, holding them dear, deep within herself. The sheep herders returned and let loose, glorifying and praising God for everything that they had heard and seen. It turned out exactly the way they had been told. I wonder what character or what part you imagined yourself in the story. I wonder if the shepherds thought they were dreaming when they saw the angel. I wonder what dreams Mary and Joseph had for baby Jesus. I wonder what dreams God has for the world. Do you think it's the dreams, come here, Sadie, that of the candles we had on our Advent wreath? Remember hope, love, joy, and peace? The Christmas story reminds us that we're all dreamers. Like those gathered around the manger, the shepherds, Mary and Joseph, we come to the story with awe and wonder and holy imagination of what is possible. Like Mary, we treasure God's dream in our hearts and commit to keeping it alive. Like the Holy Family, we believe and trust in a God who comes to us as a little baby who is tiny and small and vulnerable. Like the shepherds, we want to share that peace that we find at the manger. We can't keep silent. Something this important, Jesus coming into the world, has to be shared. Christmas is no time to keep silent. We have to share the good news with everyone, as the shepherds did when they left. They told others about Jesus' birth. In fact, it reminds me of that song. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Well, our star word for today is peace. And I'll have to show you a picture of my star in a little bit. But remember, peace is not smoothness or no conflict. Peace is the ability to deal with conflict and live together in spite of it and in harmony. Hey, Sadie, come here. Sadie, come here. Come here. Can you not keep silent? She was barking a lot today. Sadie was sharing the good news today. Can you bark, Sadie? Can you bark, huh? Well, she's quiet. But all day long today, it was like she was one of the shepherds sharing the good news and barking to the world. So let's close with a prayer and say after me, thank you for the gift of Jesus and the peace he brings. Make us brave enough to share the good news and not keep silent. All right, kids, be sure and share that good news. Don't keep silent and share the peace. Love y'all. Have a great Christmas.